Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, welcome back to our channel, where you can watch videos to improve your iman and learn about Islamic ideas and stories you may not have known about. In recent times, a peculiar and controversial trend has emerged within the gaming world for games like Scibidi Toilet. Most parents would be aware of this game, as their little ones might have definitely played it or watched it online on YouTube. For those who don't know, let us inform you that it is a video game that features bizarre, often very monstrous humor. The main character of this game is an evil-looking head emerging from inside a toilet. Yes, this game is so extremely weird. Still, many parents might say that these games are nothing but harmless or humorous on the surface. But then, why are there growing concerns among some parents, psychologists, and educators regarding the potential dangers they pose to the development and mental well-being of young children? This video will give an in-depth description of the popular game Scibidi Toilet, talk about other games that are similar, and look at the reasons why content like this might not be appropriate for young, impressionable minds like ours or Muslims in general. What are we going to disclose today regarding these Gen Z games, and videos will also start to frighten you whenever we catch your child enjoying them. What is Scibidi Toilet? Scibidi Toilet is a game centered around strange, surreal, and sometimes vulgar scenarios. The game features animated toilets from which an evil head emerges and sings cringe-worthy songs. All the characteristics of this game have unusual and often absurd activities. The humor in this game comes from being shocking, random, and full of potty humor. It's a hit with kids who think it's hilarious because it's so off the wall and weird. The game has gained traction across various social media platforms, particularly through meme culture, further embedding it into the digital lives of children. It's marketed as a funny and entertaining game, but the deeper implications of children engaging with such content are worth exploring. When asked what inspired him to create such a character for the game's designer said that as a child, he would sometimes have nightmares in which he would see the same character. This experience had such an influence on him that he felt compelled to draw the same character and include it in the game for other children. Which means that your children are getting addicted to a character that was once someone's nightmare. Can you believe that? The phrase Scibidi Toilet Syndrome has recently been coined to describe the extent to which children are addicted to the game, and how they translate its vocabulary and behaviors into real-world situations. Similar games and online trends. Furthermore, it is evident that there is something quite strange about the theme song of this game when listening to it. The song Scibidi Dom Dom has lyrics that are kind of horrifying because no one really understands them, and the character repeats them over and over in a way that is similar to how verses are repeated over someone when magic is done. Some parents expressed that while the song was playing, their children were humming it non-stop and acting very still, as though they were under a spell. Do you still assume that there is nothing wrong with this game? Scibidi Toilet isn't the only game of its kind. It belongs to a large genre of games and online content that is aiming to normalize absurdity, dark humor, and vulgarity to attract young minds. There are many such games whose aim is to attack the brains of kids. Some other examples of them are, number 1, Poop Simulator, a game where players control poop characters and complete non-stop tasks. Like Scibidi Toilet, its central theme is bathroom humor, and this also tries to normalize inappropriate content. Number 2, Granny, a horror game where players must strive to get away from a nasty grandmother. There is a lot of blood and gore in this game, including scenes of mutilation. Numerous parents were reportedly forced to take their children to a physician after they developed nightmares as a result of becoming dependent on this game. It was noticed that kids who became addicted to the game quit talking, eating, studying, and playing. Number 3, Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning. A game disguised as an educational game, but quickly turns into a horror experience. This game appears to be an entertaining and instructive method of learning math, but it's actually a horror game set at a school where the principal smacks the students for making mistakes with a ruler. Number 4. Five Nights at Freddy's. A survival horror game that instills terror with ridiculous characters and terrifying sounds. Many of the characters have strange, sinister, and horrific appearances. It is very popular with children, but because of its frightening nature, it is extremely inappropriate for them at the same time. There are several parts in it that may disturb young minds, or perhaps cause them nightmares. While many children are drawn to these types of games for their humor or a sense of adventure, the potential dangers associated with these games are too much to be ignored. Why should you, as a parent, look out for your kid? Here are some reasons. Number 1, desensitization to inappropriate content. Games like Scibidi Toilet make crude humor, vulgarity, and even extreme violence seem normal. When kids see this stuff over and over, they might start to think these behaviors are okay. Number 2, impact on emotional and mental development. Young children are in a critical stage of emotional and mental development. Constant exposure to shocking or scary imagery, like in horror games, can induce anxiety and nightmares and can prove highly detrimental for young minds. Number 3, encouraging disrespectful behavior. Toilet humor and similar content can encourage children to engage in disrespectful conversations, inappropriate jokes, and even bullying. This type of humor teaches children to laugh at things that might be considered offensive or harmful. Number 4, addiction and excessive screen time. Games like these often hook players because they give quick rewards, are easy to play, and have a lot of repetition. Kids might play for too long, which can lead to unhealthy amounts of time in front of screens. This has been linked to several growth problems in children. These include trouble sleeping, less physical activity, and weaker cognitive abilities. Number 5, confusing fear with fun. Games that try to mix humor with such horrifying content like Granny or Baldi's Basics can confuse children about what is meant to be scary versus what is intended to be fun. Believe it or not, this is a conscious attempt by the developers of games to make your kids think that to have fun, they need to make someone afraid or beat someone mercilessly. While games like Scibidi Toilet may seem like harmless fun to some, they can have long-lasting negative effects on the mental, emotional, and social development of young children. It is essential for parents, educators, and carers to be aware of the content children engage with. We as parents become lazy and think that by giving our kid a mobile phone or a tablet, they will not disturb us, and therefore we will be able to complete our tasks. But we do not know how dangerous this attitude is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, He said, "For leaving me to stray, I will lie in ambush for them on your straight path. I will approach them from their front, their back, their right, and their left. And then you'll find most of them ungrateful." Satan is out there in the open, waiting to attack our children, and we are willingly letting him do so. We as parents need to realize that in this age of technology and science, the enemy has reached each and every household and has too much power. Do not think even for a moment that these games or videos on YouTube are harmless and got designed in this horrifying manner as a coincidence. The actual aim of these games is to attack the brains of your young ones, to make them aggressive and violent, and to force them to rebel against their parents. These games are designed specifically to expose children to satanic content, which will make them eventually addicted to it and in turn take them away from Allah. Take that photo and tablet away from them before it's too late and replace it with the Quran. If they want to play, don't make them play video games, but ask them to play with their siblings or friends in an outdoor setting. Our children are our investment for Jannah. When we die, they will pray for us and become a source of sadaqah ajariyah for us. It is up to us to decide whether we want our children and kids to be close to Allah or get close to Satan. That's all for today, dear viewers. We hope that you find this video informative and engaging. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our kids from the traps of Satan.